Hey y'all, what's going on? Antasia, Shabria, Armour here. Welcome to Where Our Travelers Simply Glow. Hello, I am your mindset and style coach, Antasia, Shabria, Armour. Welcome to Where Our Travelers Simply Glow. Like and subscribe for more content, please and thank you. So we're going to get into segment 2, the mindset mirror. So I'm going to give you on some issues here that's going to reflect what our signature segment is. And I'm going to guide a discussion around the potential mindset behind the outfit choice. And I'm going to pull it up in a minute here. We're going to deal with intention, feelings, and limiting beliefs, particularly speaking about each of the questions that I have prepared. So, ready? All right, we'll get right into it. All right, so I'm going to mute the sound, and you all probably are having a hard time seeing this, so I'm going to actually make it a little larger. And then again, we will go ahead on and have you all watch it a few different times so that you can actually see what it looks like. All right, there you go. If you want, hopefully YouTube will not be so okay. So there's the first look. Second look is here. Here's the third look. Four, 5, 6. There's the number 7. As well, this is for 8. And here's another run through. So why Zara for one? This is a Zara haul. So what is it about Zara? Why do we have to continuously pick what it is that Zara represents? So it has to be some kind of reason. So whatever the reason is, that's definitely a big understanding about what the limits are. Whether Saks offers something that is so limited, but Zara doesn't. Maybe that's why this young lady, Yasmin Davenport, may choose Zara, and that's why she picked Zara. Or maybe we can go into, all right y'all, we're back, the fact that why Zara again can deal with possibly the limited thoughts when it comes to dealing with how we conduct ourselves. Especially, I know for a fact that Nordstrom is really difficult sometimes to deal with. I've never really understood this particular space until I really got to work behind the scenes of what that actually looked like. And then I understood, maybe, again, that's why Zara. And if you followed me for a while, you know the story and things like that of how everything even took place. And then let's say Neiman Marcus as well. She chooses, Yasmin Davenport chooses Zara and not Neiman Marcus. Now, I love a good Neiman Marcus, but I'm guessing that there is something about Neiman Marcus that kind of sort of is a little bit kind of extremely higher tier, especially in price points. Zara, I'm thinking, is a little ambitious to the fact that its styles, as we can see in those outfits, are just cutting edge enough to actually kind of sort of come across as a little sophisticated, but not totally to the point where we know, oh no, this is probably from Neiman Marcus. Because again, Neiman Marcus might actually just break the bank, because like I said, it's a very high-end luxury retailer. And that's why Zara, for the girlies who may possibly just be starting out or just getting into their professional careers, or may just kind of sort of want to splurge, but they only set a smaller budget. We don't always have to go big in order to have a style. Y'all know that I've said that before. So just be very, very, very mindful, okay? So again, I want to say that's some of the limiting beliefs as to some of these places that might be why certain things are how they are. Maybe we limit ourselves. Maybe our pockets is so limited to the point that we actually are kind of sort of going to just go ahead on with that thought and feel okay, not Saks, because Saks actually is kind of sort of changing up its directory as well. For whatever reasons, they no longer did the Chanel boutique. I went in one day and it was completely missing. So maybe again, that's another reason why she picks Zara as well, Yasmin. And then maybe, let's say for an example, even dealing with Nordstrom, there was a really great theft, smash and grabs. Maybe she felt unsafe. Maybe that's why, again, Yasmin picks Zara. Maybe Neiman Marcus is just a little too high in her Yasmin's price point based off where her current career is. Maybe she set a smaller budget for herself intentionally. So therefore, again, that's why Zara price points. I was just on her website the other day, and I happened to have been looking at a few different items, and they were actually well priced, like maybe $40 for one of the pieces. And so maybe again, and I hate to say that the reasons that these places are how they are, but they actually sound limiting. The fact that Saks is so well renowned for the ability to connect Chanel with customers, and then all of a sudden the boutique is gone, that's kind of sort of like a limit of what their resources now are, which no longer includes Chanel. And then you have another, and which means that, okay, now the limiting beliefs is because I can't see it now, I no longer can afford it. And we have to watch that psychologically unfold before our eyes. And either we can, we will. And I know that the flagship stores for Chanel is no longer in boutiques, So you have to either make your way to wherever the stores are in the United States, like New York or Texas, Dallas, Soho, New York, places like that, in order to actually have that experience. And maybe that's something that she wishes to emulate, and that's why she picked Zara. And then so I think we're just gonna leave that question there alone for a minute, because she handles that really well. And then let's say and then we can talk about that as well for feelings. Because how does that make you feel? And if you have a space that it's empty, and if God hates emptiness, then think about that feeling. It's like our closets are empty. Our mindset is empty because we allow other people's, rather, let's say they're renting with us. Maybe they didn't want to pay it anymore, and then plus all the other different stores that they have readily available. So that feeling is more to what meets the eye. It's necessarily another pain point as to why we work as hard as we do. If we really want to push our goals forward, then this is something that we're really going to have to learn as to do, and not let that actually cause us fear, which will make us miss out on actually accomplishing that goal. And I know that's difficult, I know that's trying, but things worth having normally takes quite a bit of effort. I will say that. So, and then this color palette is really pretty. The silk, the denim, the see-through, the sheer, the lace, the bit of nipple that you got, the very short skirts with the vest, the heels, the beautiful silk jacket, the little bralette underneath, very nice. The crotchet top with the denim, I really cared for that. I thought that was really pretty. I love the straps, the crop top, high-waisted, very nice. So yeah, that's definitely some of the intentions and the feelings behind what takes place. So all right, I will talk to y'all soon.